Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Listen close. God's got a special kind of blessing reserved for the woman who ain't shouting from the rooftops, who ain't seeking applause or headlines. No, the blessing comes to the one who's grinding in the silence, the one who's putting in the work when nobody's watching, the one who's showing up day after day, rain or shine, with quiet determination. See, the world wants everything loud, instant, flashy. But God's blessing is different. It's like a seed planted deep in the dark soil. No one sees it at first, but it's growing roots, it's gathering strength. That seed is you, working on yourself behind closed doors. When you're not busy proving to the world who you are, you're busy becoming who you're meant to be. And let me tell you something, patience, that's the real power move. When you trust the process, when you hold faith in your heart even when the results aren't there yet, you're showing God you believe, you're telling Him, I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm working, and that kind of faith. It moves mountains. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to scream your progress to make an impact. Real strength comes from within, from those moments alone, early mornings, late nights, the sacrifices nobody else sees. That's where your character is built. That's where your legacy starts. So if you're feeling invisible, if you think no one notices your hustle, remember this. God sees, God honors, and He's blessing the woman who works quietly on herself, the woman who's resilient, humble, focused, and unwavering. You are that woman. Keep pushing, keep believing. Your blessing is on its way. It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey and the woman you're becoming along the way. That's power, that's grace. That's God's favor. Silent work builds real strength because it is in those quiet, unobserved moments that true character is forged. When you work silently, you're not driven by the need for immediate recognition or applause. Instead, your motivation comes from within, from a deep understanding that growth and progress are personal journeys, often unseen by the outside world. The noise and flash that surround us can be distracting, but silence forces focus. It strips away distractions and exposes the core of who you are and what you're capable of becoming. Think about the power in silence. When a woman works quietly on herself, she is building something far more enduring than a fleeting moment of fame or approval. This strength isn't about physical prowess or external accomplishments alone. It's about mental resilience, emotional maturity, and spiritual grounding. It's about developing the kind of strength that withstands storms, doubts, and setbacks because it's rooted deep inside. This silent labor is the invisible architecture of greatness, and it's often overlooked because it doesn't happen on a stage or a platform. It happens in the privacy of self, discipline, and consistent effort. There is a purity to silent work. When you're not performing for others, you are free to be authentic. Without the pressure of external validation, you can be honest with yourself about your weaknesses, your mistakes, and your growth areas. This honesty is the cornerstone of real strength because it allows you to confront challenges head on without masks or pretenses. Working in silence means embracing vulnerability privately while you build the strength to face the world boldly when the time is right. Moreover, silent work cultivates patience, which is essential for true strength. When you're not chasing instant results or public recognition, you learn to trust the process, to understand that growth takes time. Patience is a muscle that only develops through consistent practice, through continuing your work even when progress is invisible or slow. The woman who embraces silent work knows that each small, daily effort, each book read, each habit changed, each skill honed, adds up to a transformation that can't be rushed. This slow and steady approach builds endurance, grit, and a profound sense of self-reliance. Another key aspect of silent work is that it protects your energy and focus. In a world where attention is fragmented and distractions are everywhere, working quietly shields you from external noise that can derail your progress. When you aren't constantly broadcasting your efforts, you avoid the trap of seeking approval or comparing yourself to others. Instead, your energy is funneled into growth, learning, and refinement. This focused energy sharpens your abilities and allows you to move forward with purpose and clarity. Silent work also develops humility, which is an often misunderstood but vital component of strength. Humility means knowing your worth without needing to announce it. It means recognizing that your journey is yours alone and that you don't need to prove anything to anyone else. This quiet confidence is far more powerful than boasting or showmanship because it is grounded in reality and self-awareness. A humble heart is open to learning, adaptable to change, and resilient in the face of criticism. When a woman works silently, she cultivates this humility, which in turn makes her stronger and more effective in her actions. There is a spiritual dimension to silent work that adds another layer to this real strength. Many find that working quietly allows them to connect more deeply with their faith or inner beliefs. Without distractions, the soul has space to grow, reflect, and heal. Silent work becomes a form of worship or meditation, a dedicated practice of aligning one's actions with higher values or purpose. This spiritual grounding is a source of unwavering strength that sustains a woman through the ups and downs of her journey. It's the quiet whisper of faith that reminds her she is never truly alone, that her efforts are seen and honored by a higher power. In addition to internal growth, silent work often leads to more sustainable external success. When you build quietly, your foundation is strong and stable. This means when success comes, it's not a fragile or fleeting victory, but a reflection of true preparation and readiness. The world may celebrate the loud and flashy, but the woman who works quietly on herself stands on a foundation built to last. This kind of success is not dependent on trends or external validation. It is rooted in competence, character, and consistency. Silent work also fosters creativity and innovation. When you're not constantly responding to outside demands or trying to fit into expectations, you have the freedom to experiment, fail, and learn in your own time and way. This creative freedom leads to breakthroughs and discoveries that wouldn't be possible in the spotlight. Quiet reflection and focused effort provide the mental space needed for new ideas to emerge and flourish. Furthermore, silent work teaches discipline, which is the backbone of all strength. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it or when no one is watching. It's about committing to your goals and showing up consistently. This kind of discipline is born from silent work because it requires inner motivation, self-control, and dedication. When you develop discipline in silence, it becomes an unshakable part of who you are, enabling you to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward no matter what. Finally, silent work builds real strength because it creates a deep sense of personal ownership. When you're not reliant on others for motivation or approval, you become the master of your own destiny. This empowerment is transformative. It means you're not waiting for someone else to lift you up or validate your worth. You are creating your own path, setting your own standards, and defining your own success. This ownership fuels confidence and courage, qualities essential for lasting strength. In every way, silent work is the forge where true strength is made. It's the quiet, steady heartbeat behind every great achievement, every moment of resilience, and every act of courage. It is the kind of strength that does not shout but moves mountains quietly, powerfully, and without apology. Patience is a virtue in the journey because it teaches us how to endure the delays, challenges, and uncertainties that inevitably come when pursuing something meaningful. It's easy to feel discouraged when progress seems slow or when results don't appear as quickly as we want. Yet, patience is what allows us to keep going despite those moments of doubt and frustration. It's not just waiting passively, it's an active, powerful stance of trust and perseverance. When you practice patience, you're choosing to believe in the process, even when you can't see the finish line clearly. This belief is what fuels your resilience and keeps you moving forward when others might give up. In the journey of self-growth, patience is essential because transformation doesn't happen overnight. The person you want to become is shaped through countless small steps taken over time. It requires steady commitment and the understanding that setbacks and slow progress are natural parts of growth. Without patience, it's easy to fall into the trap of impatience or desperation, wanting results immediately, which can lead to hasty decisions or giving up too soon. But patience encourages you to trust the timing of your life, knowing that the right opportunities, lessons, and blessings come when you're truly ready to receive them. Patience also brings clarity and wisdom. When you rush, you're often clouded by anxiety or fear, which can distort your judgment. But when you slow down and allow time to unfold naturally, you gain perspective. You learn to distinguish between what truly matters and what is simply a temporary distraction. This clarity helps you make better decisions, align with your purpose, and avoid unnecessary mistakes. In this way, patience is not just a passive wait, but a period of preparation, a time when your mind and spirit are being readied for the next chapter of your journey. One of the most important aspects of patience is that it builds character. It forces you to develop self-control and discipline because you have to resist the urge to take shortcuts or seek quick fixes. It requires you to be present in each moment and to accept the reality of where you are rather than where you want to be. This acceptance is not resignation, but a form of strength. It means you're grounded in the present and working steadily toward your goals with a calm and steady heart. Over time, this shapes you into a more mature, balanced person, capable of handling greater challenges with grace. Patience also fosters gratitude. When you're patient, you start to appreciate the small victories and the lessons learned along the way. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, you find joy in the journey itself. This shift in perspective is powerful because it changes how you experience life. Gratitude opens your heart and mind, creating a positive cycle where you become more aware of your progress and blessings. This awareness motivates you to keep going, even when the path is long or difficult. Spiritually, patience is deeply connected to faith. It is an expression of trust in a higher power, a belief that things are unfolding according to a divine plan. When you are patient, you acknowledge that you don't have control over every detail, but you have faith that what is meant for you will come in its time. This spiritual patience can be a profound source of peace in moments of uncertainty. It reminds you that your efforts are not in vain and that the waiting period itself is part of your growth and preparation. In this way, patience becomes a form of surrender, not giving up, but giving over your worries and timing to something greater than yourself. The virtue of patience also encourages humility. It teaches you that you don't have all the answers and that life's timing is often beyond your control. This humility is freeing because it removes the pressure to have everything figured out immediately. It allows you to be open to learning and evolving rather than forcing outcomes. Humility and patience helps you accept help, advice, and support from others, recognizing that the journey is not meant to be walked alone. This openness can lead to new opportunities and connections that you might have missed if you rushed ahead. Furthermore, patience in the journey builds resilience. Life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable, but with patience, you develop the strength to endure difficulties without losing hope or giving in to despair. You learn that failure is not final, but a step along the path to success. This mindset shift is crucial because it transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. Patience teaches you to keep showing up even when the road is tough, knowing that persistence is the key to eventual breakthrough. In relationships and personal growth alike, patience helps nurture deeper connections and stronger foundations. Whether it's patience with yourself or with others, it allows space for understanding, forgiveness, and growth. It softens anger and frustration, replacing them with compassion and empathy. This creates an environment where trust and respect can flourish, which is essential for lasting change and fulfillment. Ultimately, patience is the quiet strength that supports every great achievement. It is the steady heartbeat beneath the excitement of success, the calm in the storm of challenges, and the steady hand guiding you forward when the path is unclear. It's the practice of staying committed to your vision, believing in your worth, and trusting that the time you invest today will yield the fruit of your dreams tomorrow. Patience is not just about waiting, it's about growing in the waiting, becoming stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the blessings that are coming your way. Faith anchors the unseen effort because it provides the foundation and strength needed to keep going when progress is invisible and results seem distant. When you are working quietly on yourself, much of the effort is hidden from the outside world. People don't always see the long hours, the sacrifices, or the internal battles you face. Without faith, it's easy to feel discouraged or question if all the hard work is worth it. But faith serves as a steady anchor, holding you firm through uncertainty and giving you the courage to continue even when nothing seems to change on the surface. Faith is more than just hope or wishful thinking. It's a deep-rooted belief that what you are doing matters, even if the outcomes are not immediately visible. This belief connects you to a higher purpose or plan, one that is often beyond your own understanding. When you have faith, you trust that your unseen efforts are being noticed, that the seeds you're planting in silence will one day grow into something meaningful. This trust becomes the fuel that drives you forward, especially when the world offers no applause or recognition. The power of faith lies in its ability to shift your perspective from immediate gratification to long-term vision. It reminds you that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that the work you do in silence is preparing you for something greater. Faith allows you to see beyond the current circumstances and believe in the potential of what's to come. It teaches patience, resilience, and perseverance because you understand that the timeline of your progress is not always within your control, but it is in the hands of a higher power or a greater plan. Faith also strengthens your resolve when doubt and fear creep in. Every person faces moments of uncertainty, wondering if they are on the right path or if their efforts will ever pay off. In those moments, faith acts as a shield against negativity and discouragement. It reminds you to keep your eyes on your purpose and to keep moving forward, even when the road seems dark or unclear. This spiritual confidence is what sustains many who work quietly, unseen, and often unrecognized. They keep going because their faith tells them that their labor is not in vain. Beyond providing strength, faith creates a sense of peace and acceptance. When you anchor your effort in faith, you learn to surrender control over outcomes and timing. This surrender is not about giving up or being passive. It's about trusting that there is a right time for everything and that your unseen work is part of a bigger picture. This peace reduces anxiety and frustration, allowing you to focus on the work itself rather than being consumed by the pressure of results. Faith brings calm to the chaos and steadies your heart during seasons of waiting. Faith also connects you to a community and tradition of others who have walked similar paths, knowing that many before you have experienced the challenge of unseen effort and have been sustained by faith provides encouragement and inspiration. It's a reminder that you are not alone, and that faith is a shared experience that binds people through hope, perseverance, and belief in a better future. This sense of belonging can be empowering and motivating, especially during times when your efforts feel isolated. In the quiet moments of your journey, faith becomes a personal conversation with your deeper self or with the divine. It's a source of guidance, inspiration, and strength that doesn't rely on external validation. This inner faith helps you tune out the noise of the world and focus on what truly matters. It reinforces your commitment to growth, learning, and self-improvement. With faith as your anchor, you're able to embrace challenges as opportunities for spiritual and personal development rather than setbacks. Faith also fuels gratitude for the small victories along the way. When you trust the process, you begin to notice and appreciate the subtle signs of progress and blessing that others might overlook. This gratitude is a powerful motivator because it keeps your spirit uplifted and your vision clear. Celebrating these quiet wins reinforces your faith and encourages you to keep investing in your unseen efforts. Additionally, faith encourages humility. It reminds you that your journey is not solely dependent on your own strength or understanding, but also on the grace and guidance of something greater. This humility allows you to remain teachable and open to growth, rather than becoming prideful or impatient. It helps you accept the times of waiting and the unexpected turns in your path with grace and trust. Faith also empowers you to embrace vulnerability. Working quietly often means wrestling with self, doubt, and fear in solitude. Having faith gives you the courage to face those feelings honestly, knowing that you are supported and that your efforts are meaningful. This courage strengthens your character and prepares you for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Ultimately, faith transforms unseen effort from a lonely struggle into a purposeful journey. It anchors your soul and mind, providing the stability needed to persist when progress is slow or invisible. It connects you to a deeper sense of meaning and purpose, reminding you that your work, no matter how quiet or unnoticed, is part of something greater. Faith is the unshakable foundation beneath every silent step you take toward becoming the person you are destined to be. Consistency beats instant gratification because it builds a foundation for lasting success that quick fixes and fleeting pleasures simply cannot provide. In a world obsessed with immediate results, it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting everything now, whether it's fast fame, quick money, or instant validation. But true progress, especially when working on yourself quietly, requires patience and a steady commitment. Consistency means showing up every day, doing the work even when motivation is low, and trusting that small, repeated actions accumulate into meaningful change over time. Instant gratification offers a tempting shortcut, but it rarely leads to sustainable growth. It's like trying to build a house by stacking bricks haphazardly without a solid foundation. Sure, it might look impressive for a moment, but it won't stand the test of time. Consistency, on the other hand, is the slow and deliberate laying of each brick with care and intention. It's about creating habits that become part of your daily life, even when no one is watching or applauding. This persistence transforms your efforts into something strong, reliable, and durable. When you prioritize consistency over instant gratification, you develop discipline, a crucial ingredient for any meaningful achievement. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about resisting distractions, avoiding shortcuts, and committing to the long haul. This kind of discipline doesn't come naturally. It grows through practice and choice. Each time you decide to keep going, even in the face of boredom, fatigue, or discouragement, you strengthen your capacity to stay consistent. Over time, this builds not only your skills and abilities, but also your confidence and self-respect. Consistency also nurtures trust. both in yourself and in the process. When you consistently put in the effort, you start to believe in your ability to achieve your goals. This self-trust is empowering because it shifts your mindset from doubt to confidence. You begin to see that progress is possible, not because of luck or sudden breakthroughs, but because of your steady commitment. At the same time, consistency teaches you to trust the journey itself, recognizing that success is rarely instantaneous but a gradual unfolding of your efforts. Another important aspect of consistency is that it creates momentum. Just like a wheel gains speed as it keeps turning, your repeated actions build energy and drive. Each small victory propels you forward, making it easier to take the next step. This momentum can be a powerful force, especially during times when motivation wanes or obstacles arise. When you're consistent, you're less likely to be derailed by setbacks because you have built a rhythm and habit of progress that carries you through difficult moments. Instant gratification often leads to impatience, frustration, and disappointment because it sets unrealistic expectations. When results don't come immediately, it's easy to feel like giving up or switching to something new. But consistency teaches resilience. It helps you embrace the reality that meaningful change takes time. This resilience is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who give up too soon. By committing to consistent effort, you learn to weather the ups and downs of your journey without losing sight of your goals. Consistency also allows for deeper learning and mastery. When you practice regularly, you give yourself the opportunity to improve incrementally. Each day of effort is a chance to refine your skills, correct mistakes, and gain new insights. Over time, this cumulative growth leads to expertise and excellence that cannot be rushed. Instant gratification, on the other hand, often sacrifices depth for speed, leaving you with superficial results that don't hold up under pressure. In addition, consistency builds credibility and reputation. Whether in personal development, relationships, or career, people notice and respect those who show up reliably. Being consistent signals responsibility, commitment, and integrity. It creates trust with others and opens doors for opportunities that might not be available to those who are erratic or unreliable. This social aspect of consistency further reinforces your path to success and fulfillment. Consistency also helps to manage overwhelm. When you break down your goals into manageable daily actions, the work becomes less intimidating. Instead of trying to achieve everything at once, you focus on what you can do today, building progress step by step. This approach reduces stress and increases your ability to stay engaged and motivated over the long term. It transforms large, daunting goals into achievable milestones through steady effort. Furthermore, consistency fosters self-awareness and reflection. By engaging regularly with your goals and processes, you create space to evaluate what's working and what's not. This ongoing feedback loop allows you to make adjustments and improvements along the way. Instant gratification often bypasses this reflective process because it prioritizes quick outcomes over thoughtful progress. Consistency, however, encourages a thoughtful and intentional approach to growth. Finally, consistent effort cultivates gratitude and humility. When you commit to the journey day after day, you become more aware of your progress and the support you receive. This awareness nurtures appreciation for your own efforts and for the people and circumstances that aid your growth. It also keeps you grounded, reminding you that success is a process involving patience, persistence, and often the help of others. Ultimately, consistency beats instant gratification because it creates a solid foundation for authentic and lasting success. It transforms fleeting motivation into enduring habits, surface-level achievements into deep mastery, and moments of excitement into lifelong fulfillment. It empowers you to take control of your journey with patience, resilience, and unwavering commitment, knowing that every small step forward is building the future you desire. Humility opens doors because it creates space for growth, connection, and opportunity that pride and arrogance often block. When you approach life with humility, you acknowledge that you don't have all the answers and that there is always room to learn and improve. This mindset is powerful because it keeps you teachable and adaptable, two qualities essential for personal and professional development. Humility allows you to listen more deeply to others, consider different perspectives, and accept feedback without defensiveness. This openness builds stronger relationships and fosters collaboration, which in turn opens doors to new possibilities that would remain closed to those who are rigid or self-centered. Humility breaks down walls that separate people. When you are humble, you relate to others with respect and empathy rather than superiority or judgment. This creates a welcoming environment where trust can flourish. People are naturally drawn to those who demonstrate genuine humility because it signals authenticity and kindness. In both personal and professional settings, this kind of connection can lead to new partnerships, mentorships, and opportunities. Doors open because humility builds bridges between people, ideas, and communities, making it easier to navigate challenges and find support along the way. Another reason humility opens doors is that it fosters self-awareness. Humble individuals are willing to look inward and recognize their strengths as well as their weaknesses. This honest self-assessment is the foundation of growth because it helps identify areas that need improvement without denial or blame. When you are aware of your limitations, you're more likely to seek help, learn new skills, and develop strategies to overcome obstacles. This continuous process of self-improvement keeps you moving forward and positions you for success. Opportunities often arise for those who are willing to learn and evolve rather than those who insist on maintaining the status quo. Humility also encourages resilience. Life is full of setbacks, failures, and disappointments, and pride can make these experiences harder to handle. When you are humble, you accept that failure is part of the journey and not a reflection of your worth. This acceptance reduces the fear of making mistakes and frees you to take risks and try new things. Doors open for those who are willing to face challenges with a humble heart because they see setbacks as learning experiences rather than personal defeats. This mindset creates a foundation for long-term success because it builds strength through vulnerability. In addition, humility cultivates gratitude, recognizing that your achievements are not solely the result of your own efforts, but also the support of others fosters a grateful attitude. This gratitude enhances your relationships and reputation, making people more willing to help and collaborate with you. When you express appreciation and acknowledge the contributions of others, you create a positive cycle of generosity and goodwill. This network of mutual support is often the key to unlocking opportunities that might otherwise be inaccessible. Humility also opens doors by enabling better leadership. Humble leaders inspire loyalty and respect because they prioritize the well-being and growth of their team over ego or control. They listen to their team members, admit when they don't have all the answers, and are willing to learn alongside others. This approach fosters a culture of trust and innovation where everyone feels valued and motivated. Leaders who embody humility create environments where ideas flourish and challenges are met collectively. This kind of leadership opens doors not only for themselves, but for everyone involved, expanding possibilities and driving success. Furthermore, humility enhances communication. When you are humble, You communicate with clarity and respect rather than defensiveness or arrogance. This openness makes it easier to resolve conflicts, build consensus, and foster understanding. Effective communication is a key to opening doors in every aspect of life, whether negotiating opportunities, forming partnerships, or building friendships. Humility allows you to listen without judgment and respond thoughtfully, which strengthens your influence and effectiveness. Humility also prepares you to accept guidance and mentorship. No matter how skilled or experienced you are, there is always someone who can offer valuable insights or advice. A humble person recognizes the value of learning from others and is willing to receive help without feeling diminished. This willingness to be guided opens doors to wisdom, experience, and networks that accelerate growth. Mentors and advisors are more likely to invest their time and energy in those who show humility because it indicates readiness and respect. In moments of success, humility keeps you grounded and focused. Instead of becoming complacent or arrogant, a humble person remains aware of the journey and the effort it took to get there. This groundedness helps maintain motivation and a commitment to continuous improvement. It also prevents the pitfalls of entitlement or overconfidence, which can close doors through poor decisions or strained relationships. Humility ensures that success is built on a solid foundation of respect, learning, and connection. Finally, humility fosters a spirit of service. When you are humble, you are more likely to consider how your actions affect others and seek ways to contribute positively. This attitude creates goodwill and opportunities to make a meaningful impact. Serving others not only enriches your life, but also opens doors by building reputation, trust, and influence. People naturally want to support and collaborate with those who demonstrate genuine care and humility. In every sense, humility acts as a key that unlocks doors to growth, connection, opportunity, and lasting success. It softens barriers, builds trust, and fosters environments where potential can be realized. By embracing humility, you create pathways that lead not only to personal achievement, but also to meaningful relationships and purposeful impact. Quiet focus enhances inner power by allowing you to tap into a deeper well of strength, clarity, and resilience that often gets lost in the noise and distractions of everyday life. In a world that constantly demands attention and rewards loudness, choosing to cultivate quiet focus is a deliberate act of self-mastery. When you focus quietly, you create the space needed to connect with your true self, to understand your goals, and to move steadily toward them without being swayed by external pressures or fleeting emotions. This kind of focused energy builds a powerful inner foundation that supports sustained growth and achievement. Quiet focus requires discipline and intention because it means tuning out distractions and resisting the urge to multitask or seek instant results. In that stillness, your mind sharpens and your thoughts become clearer. This clarity is essential for identifying what truly matters, setting priorities, and making decisions aligned with your values and vision. Without quiet focus, it's easy to get overwhelmed or pulled in many directions, which weakens your ability to act effectively. The power of quiet focus lies in its capacity to cut through chaos and bring attention to what is most important. When you practice quiet focus regularly, you begin to develop greater self-awareness. This awareness is the ability to observe your thoughts, feelings, and reactions without judgment or distraction. It helps you recognize patterns, both positive and negative, and understand how they influence your behavior. With this insight, you can make conscious choices to reinforce productive habits and change those that hold you back. Inner power grows as you become more aligned with your authentic self and less reactive to outside influences. Quiet focus also cultivates patience and persistence. Progress toward meaningful goals often requires sustained effort over time, and it can be tempting to seek quick fixes or immediate validation. But with quiet focus, you learn to appreciate the process itself, to embrace each step as part of a larger journey. This mindset nurtures endurance because you're less concerned with instant gratification and more committed to steady progress. Inner power is strengthened when you can maintain your concentration and motivation through challenges and delays. Another key aspect of quiet focus is the enhancement of creativity and problem-solving abilities. When your mind is calm and centered, you're better able to access your intuition and think deeply about complex issues. This mental clarity allows for innovative solutions and fresh perspectives that might be missed in a state of distraction or stress. Quiet focus invites a flow state where ideas and insights arise naturally, enabling you to navigate obstacles with confidence and grace. The power of this focused mental space often leads to breakthroughs that propel you forward. Quiet focus also helps regulate emotions and reduce stress. When you're able to center yourself in stillness, you're less likely to be overwhelmed by anxiety, frustration, or self-doubt. This emotional regulation is a form of inner strength because it allows you to respond to challenges calmly and thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Managing your emotional energy preserves your mental resources and keeps you balanced, which is essential for sustained effort and well-being. Inner power flourishes when you maintain emotional equilibrium in the face of adversity. In relationships, quiet focus enables deeper listening and presence. When you're truly focused, you give your full attention to others without distraction or judgment. This presence builds trust and connection as people feel seen and valued. The ability to listen attentively also enhances your understanding of others' needs and perspectives, improving communication and collaboration. Quiet focus in social interactions strengthens your influence and fosters meaningful bonds, which are crucial for personal and professional growth. Quiet focus is also a practice of mindfulness, where you remain fully engaged in the present moment. This engagement helps you savor experiences and make the most of each opportunity. Instead of being caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future, quiet focus anchors you in now, where your power to act resides. Mindful focus increases your effectiveness because you're more attentive and responsive to what's happening around you. Inner power expands when you harness the energy of the present moment. Moreover, quiet focus encourages humility and openness. In stillness, you become more aware of your limitations and the vastness of what you don't know. This awareness keeps you grounded and curious rather than arrogant or complacent. It invites a willingness to learn, grow, and adapt, which is essential for long-term success. Inner power is not about dominance, but about steady growth and balance, qualities nurtured through quiet reflection and focus. The practice of quiet focus also aligns you with your purpose and values. When distractions fade, you can more clearly see what truly matters to you and why. This alignment energizes your actions with meaning and intention, making your efforts more fulfilling and impactful. Inner power emerges when your daily choices reflect your deepest beliefs and aspirations, creating a sense of coherence and direction. Finally, quiet focus builds confidence from within. As you consistently practice tuning into yourself and your goals without external noise, you develop trust in your own judgment and abilities. This self-trust empowers you to face uncertainty and challenges with courage. Confidence rooted in quiet focus is steady and resilient, not dependent on external validation or fleeting emotions. It provides a stable foundation that supports every step of your journey. In essence, quiet focus enhances inner power by fostering clarity, resilience, patience, creativity, emotional balance, presence, humility, purpose, and confidence. It is a deliberate and ongoing practice that transforms scattered energy into directed strength, enabling you to navigate life's complexities with calm determination and unwavering resolve. Through quiet focus, you cultivate the inner resources needed to achieve your goals and live authentically, regardless of external noise or distractions. God rewards those who don't give up because persistence in the face of adversity reveals the depth of one's faith, strength, and commitment. Life is rarely a smooth journey. It is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments when giving up feels like the easiest option. Yet, it is precisely in those difficult moments that perseverance becomes a testament to one's character and trust in a higher power. When you refuse to quit, even when circumstances seem bleak or progress seems invisible, you demonstrate a resilience that aligns with the divine promise of reward for steadfastness. The act of not giving up is more than stubbornness. It is an expression of hope and belief that things can and will get better. This hope is often rooted in faith, faith that God is aware of your struggles and is working behind the scenes to guide you toward a better outcome. When you persist, you affirm that your purpose is greater than temporary hardship. This unwavering commitment sends a powerful message to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to receive the blessings that come from endurance and trust. God's rewards may not always come in the form or timing we expect, which is why many give up prematurely. The divine timing often operates beyond human understanding, and the greatest blessings frequently arrive after seasons of waiting and growth. Those who don't give up learn to trust in this timing, understanding that each challenge is shaping them, preparing them for the blessings ahead. This trust is a crucial part of perseverance, because it transforms waiting from a passive state of frustration into an active state of hope and preparation. Perseverance also strengthens your faith in God and yourself. Each time you overcome an obstacle without giving up, your confidence grows, not only in your own capabilities, but also in the faith that God's plans are unfolding even when unseen. This growing confidence reinforces your motivation to keep moving forward. It is a cycle where faith fuels persistence, and persistence deepens faith. Those who embrace this cycle find themselves increasingly aligned with their purpose and more open to the rewards that follow. Moreover, persistence in the face of hardship cultivates valuable qualities like patience, humility, and resilience. These traits are often essential for the kind of success that truly matters, the kind that is sustainable and fulfilling. When you don't give up, you learn to navigate difficulties with grace rather than resistance. You become adaptable and wise, able to find new paths when old ones are blocked. This growth is part of the reward itself because it enriches your character and prepares you for greater responsibilities and blessings. Not giving up also inspires others around you. Your persistence becomes a beacon of hope for those who may be struggling with their own battles. By continuing to fight and believe, you contribute to a culture of resilience and faith. This influence can create a ripple effect, encouraging others to hold on and trust that their efforts will be rewarded too. In this way, your perseverance doesn't just benefit you. It uplifts a community and honors the divine principle of collective strength and support. God's rewards for those who don't give up can manifest in many ways. Sometimes it's the achievement of the goal itself, the breakthrough that seemed impossible after so many trials. Other times, the reward is found in the transformation you undergo along the way, the growth in wisdom, patience, and compassion that equips you for future challenges. There are also blessings in the relationships and opportunities that open up as a result of your persistence. These rewards may not always be tangible or immediate, but they are powerful and lasting. Faith that God rewards perseverance also encourages you to maintain integrity and trustworthiness. When you commit to not giving up, you develop a reputation for reliability and strength. People learn to depend on you because they see your consistency and determination. This trust can open doors to new opportunities, partnerships, and support networks that become part of the blessings you receive. The rewards for persistence extend beyond personal gain. They include the goodwill and connections that help sustain long-term success. Furthermore, refusing to give up helps you overcome fear and self-doubt. These emotions can paralyze progress and keep you stuck in cycles of hesitation. Persistence pushes you to confront fears head-on and move forward anyway. Each step taken despite doubt builds courage and resilience. This courage is itself a divine gift that prepares you for future challenges and greater achievements. By not giving up, you align yourself with a powerful force that transforms fear into strength. The journey of perseverance often deepens your relationship with God. In moments of struggle, prayer, reflection, and seeking guidance become vital practices. These spiritual disciplines nurture your soul and provide comfort and direction. The process of leaning on God during difficult times strengthens your faith and allows you to experience God's presence more intimately. This spiritual connection is both a source of strength and a reward that sustains you through the toughest parts of your journey. Finally, persistence honors the divine design of growth and transformation. God's blessings often come after a process of refinement. Like gold purified by fire, those who endure trials without giving up are shaped into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individuals. Their perseverance becomes a testament to the power of faith and the belief that every struggle has purpose and meaning. God rewards this belief not just with outcomes, but with the profound development of the person you are becoming. In choosing not to give up, you affirm that your story is not defined by setbacks, but by resilience, faith, and hope. This steadfastness invites God's blessings in ways that exceed your expectations and prepares you for a future filled with promise and purpose. Persistence is the bridge between struggle and reward, and God walks with those who continue to move forward, even when the path is difficult and the destination unseen. In embracing the journey of quiet focus, humility, consistency, and unwavering faith, we discover that true strength and success come not from loud declarations or quick wins, but from the persistent, silent work we do on ourselves every day. It is through patience, resilience, and the refusal to give up that we align with a higher purpose and unlock the blessings meant for us. When we trust the process, stay humble, and keep moving forward, even when no one is watching, we invite God's grace and rewards into our lives. This journey transforms us from the inside out, building a foundation of inner power and character that no external success can match. Ultimately, those who work quietly and persistently on themselves embody a strength that not only changes their own lives, but also inspires and uplifts everyone around them.